everyone, and welcome back to what has been a bit of a dormant channel for a little while, hasn't it? Let's be honest, it's been a little bit of a dormant channel for quite a while, but this video has been on my list for so long to do, and I feel that now is the right time to do it. We are in that middle stage between Christmas and New Year where nobody really knows what day of the week it is. And I have just dropped Charlie to golf. So I thought, you know what? I've got 20 minutes. I'm going to pop my camera up, embrace the awkward, and give you guys a bit of an update as to where I am and what's kind of happened in the last, I'm going to say 9 months, because the last 9 months have been pretty pivotal to me. For those of you who are new around here, I was a full-time boarding house mistress and a full-time teacher at a state boarding school in Surrey. I fell into that job, never intended for it to be my job, but it has been my job for the last 8 years. And about 2 years ago, things took a bit of a turn for the worst at work. And I felt that I was subjected to a little bit of bullying at work by a particular individual. Went through a whole rigmarole only to be told there were just disagreements, just differences between us. And in October last year, so October 2024, I had a bit of a crunch meeting with my particular line manager and my kind of higher up manager, my deputy head. And I simply wanted to take my kids to school and pick them up. That's all I wanted. I was giving so many hours to this company, so many hours to this employer, and they had on the whole been really, really good. They had on the whole been really, really good to me over the last 6 years that I was with them. But there was a change in management and things just started to go a little bit downhill. And I'm going to be really honest, this time last year, I was in a very, very different place. I was very, very low, very anxious. I was quite ill with my thyroid problem. And anyway, in October, I had a bit of a crunch meeting with my manager and line manager, and they said, well, you know, that doesn't work for us. And it all came around picking my kids up from school and dropping them. That's all I wanted to do, was pick them up and drop them off. They could have had every hour that I had to give under the sun in exchange for that. But they said that that wasn't really working for them. And I was starting to feel that, do you know what? This just isn't for me anymore. And as you know, I started this online travel business that you've probably seen pop up all over Instagram 3.5 years ago. And I've been slowly building that up in the background. And I just thought I had a real fuck it moment. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna quit. So I handed my notice in, and in July this year I did my last teaching day, and as of August 2025 I had my last full-time pay packet. And then September rolled around and I was like, oh my God, I'm on my own. I've got to pay for everything. I've got to really back myself. So that has been interesting. Has it been hard? Absolutely. Have I loved every minute of it? Yes, I really have. I think I've realised now that I just don't want to work for anybody. I just don't think I can work for anyone. I like me. I like the way that I like to do things. I'm quite stuck in my way. I'm quite anal about certain things. I like things done a certain way. I'm a total control freak. And, you know, I do have, absolutely I have undiagnosed ADHD, but I use that to my superpower. Like, I want things doing and I want it done yesterday. And when I set my heart to do it, I will do it yesterday, if that makes sense. So it's been really interesting. Leaving my job has definitely been the best thing that happened to me this year. I think backing myself also has been something that I've really surprised myself at, that, oh my God, I can quit my job and I can earn money and I can live this life that's really fulfilled, really with purpose, with intention. I definitely think I'm a better mum for it. So yeah, it's been an interesting year, a lot of growth. So let's talk about what my regrets of 2025 are, because everybody, I don't care what anyone says, everybody has regrets. So thinking about regrets. One of my regrets has definitely been that I've wanted to take people with me that didn't necessarily want to come with me, if that makes sense. And I'm talking about that in business and in friends. With life, I think you change and you go through different seasons, and friends come into your life for different seasons, and they're there for a purpose. and then they don't fit that purpose, and that's okay. But I think for me, I have been so desperately trying to please everybody, and I want to be everybody's friend. And I have to realise that just not everybody's on that same wavelength as me. Not everybody has the same work ethic. Not everybody has the same goals as me. And that's okay. So 2025 has been a very much a year of, as Mel Robbins says, just let them be that person. You don't need to win for everybody. You don't need to be everybody's cheerleader. Not everybody needs a cheerleader. So that's been something that has been a very, very hard learning curve for me. I definitely haven't prioritized me this year. I think I've been coming out of the end of survival mode. I think being in the job that I had was very much surviving. I think that's pretty much it. It was survival. And since leaving in August, like these last few months of the back end of the year have really just been about kind of working out what I want to do, working out this new kind of life. We've moved counties. I've had to make new friends. The children have gone to new schools. So it's been a year of change. Now, what does 2026 look like for me? Well, I've been having a lot of thoughts about this because I believe you have to have goals. It's just something I say to my children. You have to have goals. You have to have an intention. You have to have a drive and a purpose. Otherwise, you're just falling into the abyss. So for me, 2026 is my me year. And that's going to sound like I'm a really, really selfish individual. But that's okay. So when I say my me year, I am going to prioritise me and my well-being, my health, my happiness. And that comes in many different forms. Exercise is going to play a really pivotal role in 2026. I'm not talking about running a marathon. I'm not talking about climbing hills. I'm talking about small, manageable steps that I can do and I can enjoy. Movement, probably more than exercise, movement. And that's going to start my day. So every day I'm going to intentionally start my day with walking my dog or going to Pilates or yoga. I'm going to take a lot more time in 2026 for me and doing the things that make me happy. Because when I'm happier, I'm a better mother, I'm a better wife, I'm a better friend. I'm more successful in business, in personal relationships when I'm happier. I think that's something that there's nothing to be hidden about. My body is going to take priority this year. I'm really going to try and nourish my body with the right things, the right diet, making sure I'm taking the right supplements, I'm getting enough sunlight, fresh air. Water is going to be huge for 2026. I don't drink a lot of water. I live off Diet Coke and coffee and tea. So definitely reducing my caffeine and upping my water is going to be a massive one for this year. Boundaries. I'm going to set some boundaries in 2026. Previously, I've always been available for everybody at any one time, and that's got to change. Like that's burnout waiting to happen in my books. So 2026 is going to be about setting some boundaries. I'm going to set the evenings that I work. I'm going to set my working hours. And that's going to be something that I'm going to hold very firm to myself. I'm going to promise myself that I'm going to set boundaries this year. I'm not going to be available to everybody all of the time. And I'm going to be very intentional with who I give my time to. Understanding that vibes and frequencies have to be matched. Like I can't always be the one coming to you. I can't always be the one texting you. Because that's not healthy. And I think I need to open my eyes to that in 2026. Some financial goals. I want to be earning at least £12,000 per month by the end of 2026, £12,000 per month by the end of 2026. That is a real kind of goal number for me. It unlocks so many things that I want to do for good if I can achieve that figure. I want to treat my parents to more holidays in 2026. We want to finally put that deposit down on the house in America that we've got plans for. I want to upgrade my car. I've just bought a new car, but I want a new one next year. I want to get a Land Rover Defender at the end of 2026, and I'm going to treat myself to one of those in 2026. There's lots of like what I call kind of materialistic financial goals, and I don't think that's bad to have. I don't think it's bad to have. I want to travel more. We have got some incredible trips planned. I've got 2 trips to Dubai planned, one with the family, one for me. We are going to Spain. We're spending the whole summer in Florida again. We've rented a really cool kick-ass house for the whole of the summer. We are going to go to Arizona for the first time with the kids in October. We're going to be doing some hiking. We're going to go to Disneyland, California. There's just so much that I want to achieve in 2026. I'm kind of wishing the year away at the end of 2025 because I want that. Like, I want it. I want it to start now. I'm really impatient. So also what I want to do is I want to grow this channel. How that looks at the moment, I do not know. I know the types of people that I love to follow, the likes of Brogan Tate, Elle Swift, Caroline Parker. I love to follow these people and I love their style of vlogging. I love that kind of in your house, get to know you, cozy, come along with me type vibe. I love that style of vlogging and I think I could do that quite well. We obviously go on some amazing trips, but I'm also very conscious that when I'm traveling with the kids that I want to be there and not constantly on my phone or my camera, which is really hard when you run a big business. But that is something that I would like to do. Business goals. I've got some pretty big business goals. So in 2025, we helped a further 500 people get started with our online travel platform. And I want to help. I want to grow those numbers. We've got just under 1,000 people now on like the 28th of December. And I want that number to be at least 1,700 by the tail end of 2026. That means we would have helped a further kind of 700 people to get started in an online travel-based business. And last year in 2024-2025, 400,000 women left the workplace. And that to me is a frightening number of people. That's a frightening number of women, mothers who have got huge amounts of purpose. They've got huge amounts of drive. They're really ambitious. They are incredibly employable. But the modern day workplace just doesn't fit with being a mum and wanting to be there for your children, to be picking them up, to be dropping them off. So 2026 is going to be more about me shouting about what I have that can help you. Like if you're a mum and you want to be that yes mum, you want to be able to pick your kids up from school, be there at the nativity play, go to every sports match. You want to be able to go to the shops and not say no. You want to be able to go on the trips and travel and say yes to everything. And if you are prepared to work hard for it and you've got that drive, I've got a platform and I've got a business that you can earn money around your commitments doing that. So 2026 is going to be about me shouting from the roofs, even more so than I have done before. So what I want to say is thank you if you stuck around here. Thank you if you stuck around this far in this video. It wasn't meant to be a big, heavy video. It was meant to be kind of being a little bit like, hey, this is where I'm at. 2026, I want to grow my channel and I need your help. So what kind of content do you want to see? What do you want to see from me? And for me, this will be a bit of a labour of love. Like I'm not intending for it to be anything big, anything special. I just love sharing my days. I love sharing what I do. And I think that maybe there are people out there that might like to follow along too. So who knows? But I'm going to wrap this video up now. It was never intended to be as long as this, but thank you if you stuck around. Let's hope to see you more in 2026 and you guys being with me in 2026 because it's all part of a journey. And I think we're stepping into my me era and that's really exciting. And I'd be delighted if you came along with me too. And I'll see you next week.